Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today, we have a very exciting day to look forward to because today, we're building the Hydro Archon FURINA, which I'm very excited about. I hope you are too. This is probably the most hyped character of the 4.0 updates. She has cute animations. She has one of the best kits I've ever seen. And today, we're going to do our best to completely max her out and build her the best we can. So without further ado, let's get in to the video. But before we do that, if you could just take a minute to go down and click that subscribe button, it really would mean a lot to me. It only takes a couple seconds and only a small percentage of you are actually subscribed. So if you could, please go down, hit that subscribe button, and let's go build FURINA. Welcome back everybody. I'm looking forward to this one. FURINA, it's time to build her. But before we get into building her, I think it's important that we understand the fundamentals of her kit. Because if we don't understand how she plays, then how can we know how to build her? So before we do anything, let's talk about FURINA's kit. If a kit review personally doesn't interest you, as I know I did cover her kit a bit in my wishing video as well, you can skip to this timestamp right here. This will take you past the kit review and into the actual build section of the video where we build up FURINA, get all the materials, and use her in the Spiral Abyss, etc. But for all those still here, let's talk about FURINA's kit. Now, the first thing that's going to be very important about FURINA is that she is going to have two modes. There's going to be her Osea mode and her Funima mode. For the sake of simplicity, we are going to be referring to it as Light FURINA and Dark FURINA because I will not struggle to say these two words all video. But let's talk about the differences in between her two modes. The first thing that you should know is that to change modes, all you gotta do is hold down her charge attack and bam, you switch over to the next mode. And she does a cool little kick of her sword, which is kind of cute. Anyways, let's talk about the difference between these two modes. Now, the first one, and definitely the worst one, is that in Dark mode, she loses her ponytail, but in Light mode, she gets it back. Now that we've established that, let's actually talk about what it does. So the thing that fundamentally changes when you switch between her two modes is her skill. There is two different modes of her skill, which is Dark and Light. Depending on which one you are on, this skill will change. When you are in Dark mode, your skill is going to summon three little water animal things. We got a little crab over there, we got an octopus, and we got a dolphin looking thing. Seahorse maybe, I don't know. That is what is going to happen with Dark mode FURINA on the field. These things will attack continuously, non-stop, and to be honest, they're pretty powerful and apply Hydro super fast. Now if we switch over to Light mode FURINA, you'll see that the three little guys are gone and they're now one big guy. And this little guy right here is going to give us a constant healing flow. So if we're ever in danger, we swap over, boom, we do damage, and then if our HP is low, boom, we swap over again, we get our healing back, and we die. And that is the difference between Dark and Light mode. You can either have a constant damage flow, which is definitely strongly recommended, or you can have a constant healing flow. Also, I'd like to point out with FURINA's skill, the big advantage of having these little guys on the field is that they actually generate particles, unlike Light mode FURINA, who doesn't generate any particles and basically just gives one continuous healing flow. You'll find that Dark mode has a lot more advantages to it than the Light mode does. Next things next, her normal attack actually has something to it. You see that little water blade there? Yeah, you'll get that every now and again, depending on which mode you're in. This is referred to as a Spirit Breath Thorn. At different intervals, this little blade will appear and deal Hydro damage to the enemy with FURINA's normal attack. Although I still don't suggest leveling up FURINA's normal attack. This is an interesting little move. And if you ever decide to get her C6, which is a hell of a lot of text, that blade actually becomes somewhat usable with main DPS FURINA. That being said, if you're getting main DPS FURINA, I'd like to know how your wall is doing. Now for the final thing, the FURINA Burst. First of all, it has a really dope looking animation. We summon the three little guys. There we go, they're back. And we have this cool little bubble formation forming around our screen. Now, what does this do for us? To summarize this text quickly, it's a big buff. It's a huge buff for the whole team, which is scaled on FURINA's max HP. And you're able to get this damage buff by either decreasing or increasing your HP, which will happen a lot naturally with FURINA's kit. So we'll see here, every time that we heal, they're going to come up and appear there. You saw them come up there quickly? Yeah, that's what signals us to tell us that we got 1 point of something referred to as a fanfare point. And we want to stack these fanfare points in order to get more damage bonus. This damage bonus stacks throughout the duration of the burst, depending on how much your HP changes throughout the duration of that burst. There's no way to actually tell how many fanfare points you have, but you basically just want to get as many of these things as possible to do as much damage as humanly possible. And the more you get, the more damage you're going to find the rest of your characters doing. It's an absolutely insane buff that can be akin to the likes of Kozwa. I'm not sure if it's as good as Bennett's, but it's still pretty nuts, and absolutely breaks some new limits for new characters that might have not been that good beforehand. It will obviously be good with all Fontaine characters because they rely on decreases or increases in HP to do damage. So pairing this with like characters like Nouvelette is going to be super powerful. Not to mention this, you get this burst back so fast, so the uptime on this is absolutely amazing. And when you have these 3 little guys up doing damage as well, I mean, it just gets so powerful so quickly. You're doing so much damage to the enemy. FURINA is absolutely broken, and that is her kit. Now, why don't we go and build her to the best of our ability? All right, we are back. That was FURINA's kit review. Now it's time that we actually build her. I have pre-grinded all the materials I could in the world. In fact, I even did a little bit of grinding before I started this recording. We have exactly half of the Lake Light lilies that we need for her. We're going to need to do a little bit more grinding for those. I pre-prepared all of the talent books which we need for her. Unfortunately, her max is going to be 666 for right now because it is the first week of a new dungeon boss. I believe she also needs Whopper Flower Nectar, which we have pre-prepared. We got our talent books. We got our Mora. We're good to go. But of course, there was one material I left out there, and that is her boss material, which we need to grind. Water that failed to transcend, that's a very specific name for a boss material. I have 8 of these so far, but that's not going to be enough to take her to our maximum level. We're going to need 26 of those bad boys if we want to take her to level 80, which is my goal for today. So why don't we head back, kill this boss for the very first time on video. I have defeated this thing off screen, but I haven't done it on screen. It's a pretty difficult boss, but one that I found I don't have too much trouble with. I like to use my little Yoimiya comp here, consisting of Yoimiya official Yunjin Bennett, which seems to deal with this boss pretty well. But first, before we fight that boss, I have a little code for you guys. There is a new redeemable code in Genshin Impact that is limited, which you can get between November 7th and November 13th. I will put the code on screen now for you, which you can redeem between those dates. It consists of 10 Adventurers Experience, 10,000 Mora, 5 Fine Enhancement Ores, and a couple 2-star dishes. Redeem it now before it's too late. Anyways, let's go kill the boss. Here we go. The Hydro Tupla is what we're going to call him. Oh gosh, I forgot how much damage he does. Oh goodness, bro, he does crazy damage. You have to dodge those attacks or you're just screwed. Luckily, we almost one-phased it with Yoimiya, so we should be fine. If I have all my burst up, I usually can one-phase him. That time we didn't get it, but here we go again. And you're dead. Nice. Not too shabby for our first time around. Let's claim our rewards. We got a big 3 and a God Sands. Pretty decent, not too bad. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a while for that boss to respawn. So in the meantime, why don't we go and collect the rest of the materials we need for FURINA. We have basically everything we need except for one material, her world material. We need a couple more Lake Light lilies. So let's go around and collect the rest of those. And that's the transition to start a compilation. Let's go. And I think this is the last one we needed. Perfect. Do we have 108? 108 is the magic number. We got 111. Awesome. All the Lake Light lilies we'll ever need. And let's go back and kill that boss 22 more times. Oh, we're going to be going on a boss stampede today, boys. I won't lie. What's up, big guy? I'm back. Hydro Tapula. Die. And you're gone. The 3-banger. Let's go. And a terrible Sands. Damn. How many does that leave us with? We need 26 in total. We have 14. We need 12 more, which means about 4 to 6 more runs. I'm gonna go do all those runs, and we'll be right back after we finish killing the boss all those more times. Give me 1 second. Actually, quick intermission before we go back to killing bosses. While we're waiting for respawn time, I think we can actually start to build our FURINA, because in order to build her, you don't need to level her right away. What I'm talking about is weapons and artifacts. We can talk about which ones we want for her. So for her artifacts, I'm gonna want a golden troop set. Now I have been working on one, and I think I know the best artifacts for her. So for her flower and feather, we basically just want the ones with the best crit stats, maybe a bit of HP, ER. We're gonna level a bunch of these pieces later. Even in flowers, we got ones with double crit, which could be really good for her potentially. As for sands, we either want HP or energy recharge. We got a decent energy recharge one right here with HP and crit damage. And then we actually got this really cracked HP goblet here with recharge crit rate, crit damage, which I'm gonna slide onto her real quick. As for hats, we actually have another pretty OP piece with HP, crit rate, attack, crit damage, EM. So theoretically, if we get enough crit stats between all of these pieces, we no longer have to run a crit rate or damage hat, which I'll be very excited about, because my plan with FURINA is to run her on the Primordial Jade Cutter, which is not her best in slot weapon, but it has a crazy amount of crit rate and an HP based passive, so it is still a very solid weapon for her. So now, as for sub stats that we need, all we're gonna need is a crap ton of crit damage, a crap ton of HP, and a crap ton of recharge. Because we already got enough crit rate. So why don't we start upgrading some of these pieces for our girl FURINA? Hopefully they roll well. If they don't, I'm kind of screwed. We can start with the double crit flower. Boom, just like that. Pretty decent, pretty decent. Crit rate, attack, we'll take it. We roll a little bit of crit rate or damage here, preferably crit damage. Okay, well that just wasn't necessary now, was it? The sands maybe? I mean, ER sands is pretty nice. We get some EM on there. We have HP, crit damage, EM. I don't think this can really go wrong. I mean, famous last words, but I can't see a way this one really goes badly. Oh my goodness, 2 HP rolls. We will take that. That is actually big. Perfect FURINA piece. Roll HP again. Ah, why, man? Ugh, that sucks. I don't even want to take it to plus 20 anymore. That's so lame. Please roll crit damage or HP. Screw you, game. Okay, next piece. It's fine. I'm not worried at all. I'm not stressed. Oh, this piece actually looks so nice. If it rolls bad, I'm gonna be so sad. Can you please, for the love of everything, just roll crit rate, damage, recharge. Just don't hit that top stat. Anything except the top stat. We're good. We're good. Oh my goodness, that's actually perfect. 2 crit damage, 2 recharge. That's legitimately the best thing I could ask for. We don't need crit rate. We got Primordial Jade Cutter. If we just get 1 more crit damage or recharge, this is quite literally the perfect piece. Give it to me now. We'll take it. 22 recharge. That's pretty damn good. Now it's time for the hat. Crit rate, attack, crit damage, EM. I mean, there's really not a bad stat on here. I mean, can it go wrong? Yes, if it rolls 100 EM, but it won't do that to me, because the game, it ain't that mean. There we go. 1 crit damage, 1 attack, 1 crit rate. We will take that. Let's keep going. Let's keep it moving. Crit damage. Come on. Crit rate again. That's fine. And I believe, yes, we're out of artifact EXP. I knew we'd be low today. That's fine. We'll use a couple golds to finish it off here. 1 more crit damage, and it is the perfect piece. Just give me crit damage. Come on. Crit rate again. Perfect. Actually, that's not bad at all. 13 crit rate, 12 crit damage. That's a pretty decent piece. And it has high CV as well. There we go. All we're going to need now is to finish off the 3 other pieces. I think for our flower and feather, because we didn't roll well in crit stats today, we're just going to be taking pieces from our official, who has a pretty decent feather with a lot of crit rate and crit damage, and then also a pretty decent flower as well. those are going to be our 4 pieces for the main golden troop set. And then the last thing we are going to need here is just any off piece with energy recharge as the main stat. Doesn't really matter. Probably have a lot of good options here. I'm not going to roll another one because we are out of artifact EXP today, but I can probably just take one from a character like Dia, who has one with 22 crit damage, 10 crit rate. That sounds perfect to me. Can't really ask for much more than that. And just like that, we finished off our FURINA artifacts. We have our weapon, we have our artifacts, but now we have to do our talents and level. So let's go and finish off killing that boss. Alright, I think we're on our final run of the boss. After this, we should have enough to finish off our FURINA and get her to level 80. I just need to kill a big ugly goofball one more time. Come here, big man. And burn to Yoimiya. Get him. Oh, she lost her thing. Boom. Go again. And we're done. Thank goodness. No more fighting that boss. And just like that, I need to replenish my resin. But we have enough to take FURINA to the max. And a god goblet one of these days. All right. Well, with all that, let's start ascending her. It's time to build her. We've already got her weapon and her artifacts under control. All we need to do is get her level under control as well. So let's take her all the way to level 80. Her Ascension stat is going to be crit rate. Oh, that's not good for us. Hey guys, I think I might need a little bit more crit rate. I'm not so sure though. And we're missing Ascension mats. Already, bro? It's too soon for this. I need... Yeah, that makes sense. As if I would forget anything else. Honestly, you guys probably think this is scripted, but it genuinely isn't. I literally forget these every single time. Okay, we got our purple rocks now, and level 70, there we go. That is huge. With 110 crit rate. Oh boy. Yeah, we seem to have a lot of crit rate, but you know what? It turned out for the best. We'll definitely crit, if that means anything. Oh yeah, and also, we got 2 more wishes. I guess I already collected the 3rd one. But if you guys don't know, every time you collect your FURINA wishes, you're actually guaranteed to get a 5-star. Here, check this. Every time you wish for FURINA, the next 3 pulls which you get for her are a guaranteed 5-star. Usually not the first one. That's usually a Favonius Greatsword most of the time. Usually it comes up on the second one here. Okay. Don't make me look stupid today, game. Don't make me look dumb. Okay. Anyways, let's take her talents to 6 and 6. Because that's the max we can do for right now because it's day 1 of a new boss. And just like that, we have 6 talents on our FURINA. And that's going to be all we can do for right now. As you see, we have no way of getting the lightless mass. Or do we? So, now that we have a finished FURINA, we're going to want to take her for a little spin. And usually we would do this in the Spiral Abyss. But today, I have a different idea. If you don't know, Genshin implemented a new system where you're now able to fight world bosses by quick starting them. As you see here, the Shadow of Another World. We don't actually have to complete the story quest. We can go straight to the boss and try it out for the very first time, which I think is what I'm going to do to test out my FURINA for the very first time. Now it's just a matter of what team comp do we use her in. Obviously, we have FURINA in the first slot because she is the queen. I mean, there's so many options for team comps we can do with her. We can do freeze with characters like Ayaka and Ganyu. We can do Vapo with Dia, which is kind of copium. We can do Hyper Bloom comp. I mean, I don't know. There's just so many options because she opens up so many possibilities as a character. It actually just makes me stressed thinking about how many team comps you're able to run her in. And also, I have no clue what this boss entails. And if the all-devouring Narwhal has any immunities or anything, I have genuinely no idea. So because there's so many options, I think I'm going to try out the team comp that I wanted to try out the most with FURINA, which is the 4 Archon composition. We have FURINA, Nahida, Raiden Shogun, and finally Zhongli. And this is the 4 Archon comp. Here we go. Not gonna lie, I'm really hoping this works. I don't know if it will. And oh my goodness, that thing is humongous. What the heck? Can I even hit it when it's down there? I don't know. What the heck is happening? Use attacks to rile up the all-devouring... Okay. Oh my goodness, this thing is humongous. What do I do? Oh my gosh. How am I supposed to hit it? I don't think elemental reactions will work against this thing. Or, no, they're kind of working. Oh my gosh. There it is again. Okay, we're coming. It moves too fast. I don't have a chance to do anything. Raiden Shogun needs her burst up too for me to actually like do damage. Okay, there we go. We got this. Boom, boom, boom. We'll put down the 3 little guys there. We do the Raiden burst. There we go. We got Hyper Bloom up. There we go. I'm really going to need that FURINA burst, though. It's coming back kind of slowly to me. That being said, the Narwhal's down a little bit of health. It's blasting things from the sky. What is happening? Destroy the Maelstrom Eye. Okay, I got you. Die, 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 die. Okay, we're good. There's the Narwhal. What's it up to? Oh, let's not. Okay. Okay, we saw this in the trailer. There's going to be a whole new enemy here. Yes, the all-devouring Narwhal Part 2. Let's kill this guy. Here we go. Let's put up the FURINA burst for the very first time. Here we go. We're going to get that huge damage buff. I need to heal. Put down the Zhongli shield. Damn, this thing has health. Oh my goodness, Zhongli is dead. Bro, the Zhongli shield is not holding up against this enemy. Oh gosh. Bro, this guy does so much damage. Oh gosh. Raiden's dead. What is happening? Freeze him. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh, the whale's down. Whale's down. We don't have Raiden, but we still got FURINA. FURINA's all I need. We can do Bloom. We don't really have any main DPSs, though. Raiden, if you didn't die on me, we'd be in a lot better of a situation here, but is what it is. But luckily, Zhongli can drop a bomb on him. That's pretty neat. Everybody loves the Zhongli bombs. Temple of Wisdom. Yoo-hoo. I love that. 6 more seconds till we can revive Raiden. 2, 1, Raiden. Come back. I'll tell you what, this is one powerful boss. I have the Zhongli shield and the guy's still somehow killing me. I don't know how. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Raiden, come on. Finish it off. Finish it off, Raiden. No, stop. Of course, as soon as I use the Raiden burst, he runs away. Get back here. This boss is so irritating for no reason. Okay, he's back. Let's go. He flopped on me like a fish, but now he's dead. Now he's certainly dead. Let's go. We got him. And the whale is defeated. FURINA, you are a beast of a character. Let's use our 30 original resin. Get our first lightless mass. And with that is my finished FURINA build. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know I did. I had a ton of fun building her. I know she's going to be very powerful in the future once I get her off 110 crit rate. But for today, that's gonna be the end of our video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Peace.